Today we're simplifying the kit of Lucia. If you want a more in-depth breakdown, check out my full How to Play Lucia guide. Lucia is an S-rank Ether support agent and will be the dedicated Rupture support. Lucia's main resource is called Dream Points, and her moveset is split into Whim and Harmony moves. These moves will grant Dream Points, and at 100 points, Lucia enters the Dream state, which we'll come back to in just a bit. Lucia's basic attack string is a 5-part combo, with the 5th and final attack being a Whim. This move grants 40 Dream Points. Lucia's EX special is a Harmony and costs 60 energy. It grants 60 Dream Points, and you can follow it up with Lucia's 5th basic attack. This combo nets 100 Dream Points. When casting any Harmony moves, Lucia will give the team the Darkbreaker state for 20 seconds. This buff grants up to 900 Cheer Force if Lucia builds 24,000 initial max HP. For Lucia's additional ability, she needs a Rupture or Stun agent. This adds a 30% crit damage buff to the Darkbreaker state. Lucia's core passive can be split into 3 parts. First, when gaining 100 Dream Points and entering the Dream state, Lucia triggers a Quick Assist and activates Ether Veil Wellspring. Ether Veil is a new field type mechanic signaled by the chime sound effect and a glowy outer edge of the screen. When Ether Veil Wellspring is active, all agents gain 5% max HP for 40 seconds. For the second part of the core passive, while in the Dream state, Lucia's Whim attacks now consume 25 Dream Points and are upgraded into Harmony. Upgraded Whims have a higher damage multiplier and activate the Darkbreaker state. In addition, when another active agent hits an enemy, Lucia consumes 25 Dream Points to do a Harmony Aftershock attack from off-field. After a Whim upgrade or an Aftershock, the Aftershock attack goes on an 8-second cooldown. As an incentive for building HP for Darkbreaker's Sheer Force buff, Lucia also adds 70% of her max HP to her final base damage for Harmony moves. This includes any Whim upgrades. Now for the third part of the core passive, when Lucia triggers a Whim upgrade or an Aftershock, she gives everyone the Dreamer's Nursery Rhyme state. This buff grants 20% increased damage for 12 seconds. To summarize, Lucia's Harmony moves grant Darkbreaker, which is a Sheer Force team buff with 30% crit damage via her additional ability. Use Whims or Harmonies to enter the Dream state. Once active, Lucia deploys Ether Veil for bonus HP, and you can now consume Dream Points by upgrading Whim attacks into Harmonies, or by attacking when allied to trigger an off-field Aftershock. Either method will grant Dreamer's Nursery Rhyme state for 20% damage. Lucia's Aftershocks have an 8-second cooldown, but this lets her space out her buff refreshes. By the time she runs out of Dream Points, you can use another EX special plus 5th basic combo to re-enter the Dream state easily. For Lucia's ultimate, hold a movement direction to ride a giant ethereal and release movement to do a smash attack. This triggers a quick assist and leaves behind a Starlight Convergence pool, which heals based on Lucia's max HP. Activating ult grants 100 Dream Points, but if you're in the Dream state, it instead saves those 100 points till after the current Dream state is over. It will re-enter automatically and extend Ether Veil by 32 seconds. I like to use Lucia's ult right before or during a stun phase, that way you don't have to worry about refreshing the Dream state during DPS time. For builds, Lucia needs to stack a lot of HP for her Sheer Force buff and some energy regen for smoother EX special rotations. Lucia's signature W engine is Dreamlight Hearth, which grants 30% HP and 0.4 ER in combat. After activating Ether Veil, all allies gain 25% damage and 15% max HP for 45 seconds. Lucia will refresh Ether Veil naturally, no problem. For alternatives, Reaping Cradle grants ER while off field, and Lucia's Aftershocks can trigger the percent damage bonus from time to time. For the A ranks, these 3 options give 50% ER main stats, which are enough for Lucia's EX special needs. Kaboom's attack buff is less effective, but it's still extra sheer force. Lucia's attacks don't linger that long to use the Vault's buffs, but it's okay. If you face Ether Weak foes, Lucia can proc Unfeathered Game Balls to a % crit rate very easily. For Drive Disc, Lucia can use Moonlight Lullaby for an extra ER and 18% team damage for 25 seconds after EX special or ultimate. The idea is that Lucia will naturally exit the Dream state every 25 to 30 seconds. She can use her EX special plus 5th basic combo or the ultimate to re-enter the Dream state and then re-proc Moonlight Lullaby. To get the most amount of HP for her Sheer Force buff, Lucia basically stacks all the % HP sources, partitioned 4, 5, and 6 with 2-piece Yunque Tails. Lucia's core passive level ups, 2-piece Moonlight Lullaby, and her W engine options will all be enough energy regen to EX special at least every 25 seconds. For teams, Lucia's Sheer Force buff only benefits Rupture agents who utilize sheer damage. Same for Ether Veil bonus HP. You could run double Rupture agents, but usually it'll be Lucia, your Rupture DPS, and then a stunner. As of version 2.3, there are only 3 Rupture agents. Ishun, Monato, and Yidhari will join in the second half. In version 2.4, Bonwei will be the next S-rank Rupture. Jifufu is an excellent stunner for these types of teams, although Kaleda and Pokra also get their additional abilities. Trigger can't activate hers, but her always active stun damage multiplier surprisingly does a lot of heavy lifting. Now Lucia may be the S rank upgrade, but if you want to go double Shiftforce buffers, you can use Ponyin Hu as well. Shifu's kind of a monster all on her own, or you can super buff up Monotail. If you like the Rupture Agents, then Lucia will be their main support, similar to how Yuza is the go-to for Anomaly. Unfortunately, since only Rupture Agents benefit from sheer force, Lucia is not a very good generalist buffer. If you don't have Ishun and you don't plan to get Yidhari or Bonwei, you can get a free copy of Monotail during version 2.3. That way, everyone can put together at least one Rupture team. If you want to learn more about Lucia, check out the full How to Play Lucia guide. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.